that song bangs. Let's talk about Justice League and the future of Batfleck. That's Ben Affleck as Batman. Batfleck, you put it together. Oh, Justice League. Justice League. Justice League. Justice League. There's a lot of negativity on the internet surrounding Justice League. People getting bad reviews are getting hated on. People giving good reviews are getting hated on. We're not doing any of that today. If you're here for a hot take, I'm not going to give it. What I am going to do is give you some, what am I doing with Wonder Woman? What I am going to do is give you some hot theories. Strap on your tinfoil hat and have a seat. But if you are wondering my thoughts, I'm going to give it to you anyway. I like Justice League. I thought it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun watching it in the theater. I'm not comparing it to any other movies. It's straight up fun. I see the problems, but it's fun. The Flash, a.k.a. Ezra Miller, steals the show. Every line out of his mouth is pure gold. I was afraid that they were going to use up all of his lines in the trailer, and it started to seem that way at first, but then, no. Lots and lots of banked content. Thank God. I was also pleasantly surprised with Cyborg. He kind of seemed like a bit of a bore in the trailer, but then he's got these like wonderful, pure moments where I'm like, Ray Fisher, I'm on board with your standalone movie. Give it to me. And then there's Aquaman, who's in the trailer going like, yeah, boy, my man. And you're kind of like, oh God, this is going to be such a bro. What's happening? And then you watch the movie and you're like, Aquaman is a bro, and I like it.
My man.
It works a lot. Jason Momoa is there with his beautiful, flawless mane of hair that's better than mine. I go to my hairstylist, I'm like, give me this.
Just like a bat. I dig it.
But no, it's great. I love it. It works so much. And I can't say much about the other characters without spoiling their mustaches. You know what I'm saying? But before we move on to Batman, I do want to say one thing that I loved so much about the movie is the credits. And I know that sounds crazy, but as far as post-credit scenes go, I am not kidding you. This is one of the best that I have ever seen in a superhero movie, if not the best that I've seen in a superhero movie. I have goosebumps. All right, now it's time to talk about Ben Affleck, a.k.a. Batman, and his future in the franchise, the DCEU. And I am going to get into some plot points about Batman's behavior, Bruce Wayne's behavior in the movie. So if you don't want to hear any of that, I would come back after you watch Justice League. I'm not going to give too much away, but just a little bit about how he behaves in the movie. So let's start with some behind-the-scenes backstory. We're going to the summer of 2017, y'all. So over the summer, there was a report that Ben Affleck wanted out of the DCEU. He didn't want to be a part of it anymore, and that he might not even be doing the Batman, especially because he was originally scheduled to direct the Batman and then stepped aside, and then Matt Reeves stepped in to direct the movie. Then, during San Diego Comic-Con, during the panel, Ben Affleck addressed all of this, and he was like, cursing a lot. He's like, listen, I am so lucky to be in this role. I would crawl on the ground and like kiss Matt Reeves' feet. I love this franchise and I love this role and I love being a part of it. But hold on a second. Let's take this from like a PR perspective. To me, this confirms that Ben Affleck is probably going to do the Batman, but it doesn't really confirm that he still doesn't want to not continue the role after that. So let's get into Justice League. In Justice League, Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, has this behavior of like, I'm way too old for this. I'm so old. I can't keep up with you guys. That's kind of his behavior throughout the whole movie. He's just kind of having trouble like keeping up with the rest of the team, and then he keeps saying it out loud, and it almost seems like they dressed him to look older than the rest of the team, even though he's not. Wonder Woman's like way older than him, but you know, physically, he's a human being. So it felt like to me that they're starting to tee up the fact that Batman may no longer be physically able to watch over Gotham. But Gotham needs a hero because Gotham is a horrible place to live. Why do people live in Gotham? There's so much crime. There's so much crime. There's so much crime. There's so much crime. So Bruce Wayne is not going to leave Gotham unattended. He needs to pass the reins on to somebody else. But going back behind the scenes, we know two things are happening in the future. One, there is a Batgirl movie coming directed by Joss Whedon, which I assume is going to be the Barbara Gordon version of Batgirl, aka Jim Gordon, J.K. Simmons' daughter. We haven't heard much about that movie other than the fact that it's happening. They announced it in the slate at Comic-Con. No casting news. So we got to do a little fan casting right now. I'm on board with Olivia Cooke, who was in Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. She's great in it. I've heard Carly off camera here said Emma Roberts, and I like Emma Roberts. Have you seen Scream 4? Don't hate Scream 4. I love Scream 4. So we know Batgirl is happening, and that could be a way for Bruce Wayne to pass on the reins to Batgirl. She can watch over Gotham. Or we know that there is a live-action Nightwing movie happening. Nightwing, Robin, Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, yeah? Chris McKay is directing that movie. He's said on Twitter that it's kind of way off and they haven't done casting yet. But let me put this into your brain space and let's see how you like it. My coworker Meredith Kyle said this to me the other day and I can't think about anything else. Dev Patel as Nightwing. I know. So I put this out on Twitter, and then apparently everybody was like, we've been saying this for years, Ashley, get on board. And then somebody sent me a fan art of Dev Patel as Nightwing, and it is glorious. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's my iPhone background. It's literally my iPhone background. But what do you guys think? Thank you for being on this ride. Is the DCEU setting up Batman's exit? I think so. And if so, who do you think should take the reins? Will it be Batgirl? Will it be Nightwing? Will it be both of them? Like, will they team up and have like a whole thing? That'd be great. And also, who are your fan castings for Batgirl and Nightwing? And if it's not Dev Patel for Nightwing, don't at me. But if you have some ideas for Batgirl, I will accept those. Okay, I'll consider. Now I've got to go because I've got to go finish Star Wars Battlefront 2 because I just started playing it last night and I keep dying because I keep flying into Death Star debris on my TIE fighter. But if I get that done soon, I'm going to do a video on that. So let me know if you want to see that or what you want to see next. Like, comment, subscribe. You can always tweet me. I'm available around the clock. I tweet too much. All right, I'll see you guys next time.